Yes, sir. Geeks all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cuz We Geek. But we be encouraging you to stay geeked out here, man. Listen, it's the man that's out here waiting for Kingdom Come. It's your boy Real. I got the man that's speaking a language called Cussinese. It's that boy Big J. And then, of course, we got BA in the building, man, making sure he don't be cussing, man. Listen, we back with another one, man. We definitely appreciate you guys joining us here. Cuz not gonna be here today. He'll be here on Tuesday, but we definitely still appreciate y'all joining us here, man. Getting your geek on. Talk about all things related to the movies and television, man, of the geek culture. If you guys are into that type of stuff, man, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Join us here every Tuesday evening, Saturday morning as we get our geek on. And also, to everybody, hit them likes. Hit them likes, y'all. We definitely would appreciate that, man. It could be a little Christmas present to us from y'all by simply hitting them likes, man. Also, too, man, if you guys have any questions or any comments, you guys can go ahead and add them here in the comment section, but we will address them toward the end of the show. All right, fellas, man, let's get to it, man. Had a pretty interesting weekend of news. Had a show we've been watching here the last 2 weeks or so, man. You guys already know we've been talking about this show right here, Fallout. So we're going to talk about episode 2. All right. Yeah, listen, if you guys have not seen Fallout episode 1 or 2 yet, we encourage you to go watch it. Come back. Let us know what you think. All right. But until then. Spoilers, man. All right. So listen, let's get to it. Big J, man, what was your thoughts on Fallout, man? Episode 2.
So Goosey is getting on her.
You had homework.
I got caught up.
Okay.
I spent the last 2 days watching all this, you know.
All right.
I'm proud of you,
I was
man.
gonna give you at least one more week, my guy. That's good stuff.
No. I tell you, I'm off work for the rest of the year.
That's true. You did.
That's why.
Yeah.
Trying to watch between cooking and all that other stuff and these games that was on, but as I said, Goosey has been getting on my nerves, as she was called by the one-eyed man. You know what I'm saying?
Goosey.
I was just like, she's just dumb, and it's getting annoying at this point. Even when the stuff with her with the ghoul, and then every time they get into something, he try and tell her how it's supposed to go, and she's like, well, even after realizing her daddy was not who she thought he was, who all the stuff she grew up learning was a lie, and she's like, well, I'm still going to stick to that, and I'm like, what is the point of this? Your brother learned a lesson. He trying to take over the world, but
he sure is.
Yeah. But you sitting there like, I'm going to keep doing the stuff that I knew was a lie, and I don't care because I'm a better person. And even though it always leads to her getting messed up, it's like at some point the WP has to stop. That privilege that she has walking around in her plot armor has to go away. She has to be like, oh. Because I'm expecting her one day to ask for the manager. You know what I'm saying? When she walk in somewhere, when they be mean to her, I'm expecting her to ask to speak to the manager somewhere.
I mean, so a little bit that kind of went away, even though she still ain't learned no lesson. Remember when she got her finger cut off?
Yeah.
You're like, yo, this is how it is out here. Now, this is a little sample of how it is out here, but
it's just even this. And I mean, I don't know. The dude Maximus, he seems cool. Like I said, I've been watching him. His arc has been interesting as he's been, kind of becoming more assertive in the brotherhood and taking more of a leadership role. Even when he killed old boy at the end of episode 2. The big dude, which I thought he didn't have a shot, but of course, plot armor, he was going to be able to take him out because, reasons. But then, and then when my boy showed up at the end, I was like, oh, I'm like, he's in everything officially. Kamal Nanjiani is in every show, every movie. So I'm like,
like it,
dude. They try to put him in your DC, so yeah, he's gonna be. He's in Marvel, DC. Now he's in Fallout. He's gonna just be taking money from everybody. I don't blame him, man.
I ain't mad.
I appreciate the hustle.
Exactly. What you got, BA? Oh, my bad.
Nah, so this is what I was looking for, right? So I was like, maybe I might just get like majority of this episode was just the night dude, right? And I was like, cool, like the brotherhood dude. Just like I said, that's why I didn't necessarily like the episode 1 because of that. They gave me like a little backstory, and then that was it. I was like, oh man, then it's just regular show. They could have put my man in the first episode. I would have been just fine with that. But that's the decision they chose to go with. I like the way they opened it up. Basically, his father and his mother, his father coming up with the clean water. Now, it's like a water thing. I don't know if they're connected or not, but in the first episode they was talking about how one of the vaults was losing water, and then the second episode is him finding a way to get water, like sustainable, clean water. I know it's two different time periods, but they circle around this water thing. So I don't know if that's a bigger thing later on. I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't play the game. I'm just kind of watching it week by week to see what's happening. But that was cool. That was cool to see the brother being an engineer and figuring it out. And then when he came to that bomb, I was like, yo, he figured it out. No, you didn't. You didn't figure it out. You thought you did. And now you can pretty much kiss everybody goodbye, and that's exactly what happened. And he picked up on what happened in last season when he came out the refrigerator. So he got in the refrigerator in season 2, he got out of the refrigerator in season 1. So we see that connection there. But that's his upbringing. That's how he got brought up. So when I see him going through that less than manly character arc in the first season, I was like, yo, this dude is just basically he's a male B. Like, I'm not even gonna, he's a Mitch. There we go. I'm calling that. He's a Mitch. So in season 2, I'm like, all right, man. Now and then I see how you got brought up. Like, you gotta do your parents more justice. And this is garbage, my guy. But I'm starting to see him coming around. That fight in which he didn't want to do, in which he kept looking back like, y'all really want me to do this? Like, and he put Slim down. Like, he killed him. So shout out to him. He needed that. Like, I needed to see that. I needed to see that ruthless aggression, in a sense. I needed to see that. So I got that. So I'm okay with his character so far. And when it comes to Lucy, my God, Lucy, you right, Big J. It's they showed her being that naive person, and then she kind of was working her way around that towards the end of the season. And then now in season 2, they like went back
to it.
I'm like, wait a second, where's the continuation on this one? So, especially when you binge it, like Big J just did, and like I said, I binged it not too long ago, so it's very, very fresh. You can see it like whoa, she wouldn't have done this the last 2 episodes of last season. She wouldn't have done it. She would just shot homeboy down in episode 1. And now in episode 2, it's like, okay, you hear somebody in distress. So now she goes and see what's going on with that. Shout out to the Scorpions. That was a good, like I said, I'm assuming that's a big boss in the game, but I was not expecting a big Scorpion to come out that door. I was expecting like a lot of little ones.
Like, yeah, me too.
A big one like that to come through, Paul. So that was definitely it wasn't a jump scare, but it could have been for somebody else. I was like, okay, now how you gonna get out this situation? And he did what I would have did. Like, he took the old girl. It's like, look, you gonna take this shot right here. I'm not dealing with that. And then, like I said, then she was in that situation, and you could tell it's a classic game. If you ever play any kind of game, either you pick this or you pick this, and you got to deal with the consequences of either or, right? So she chose to save the woman and not the ghoul. You're like, you be all right. She's dying. You be okay. And we're going to see it. You could tell that she's entering some kind of group. I don't know like the name of this group that she's entering in the force, but they seem to have wherever they're at, they seem to have full control of wherever they're at and what group that she's a part of. And we'll see how this advances her character. Let's say that, right? When you pick these side missions in these games, you're supposed to get some type of benefit towards the end of said mission. So we'll see what benefit she gets from the side mission that she's on, in which is probably going to test her greatly. And I hope she get her ass whipped a little bit too along the way. But that was pretty much it for me. Oh, shout out to the father, pretty much exploiting these little rabbits. I mean, these not rabbits, these little mice. And he said that's not good enough. I need human trials. So he picked old dude, and old dude thought that he was safe, I guess, when it comes to whatever permission he signed, the contract he signed. No, you're not. No, you're not. You didn't read the fine print. Fine print says that you are pretty much a test subject for whatever Vault decides to do. And
he didn't bring his family too. That's why he kind of like, you didn't bring your family.
He went solo, and the other guy was like, "So you just went solo like that, right? So you really don't care about your family." All right. Well, I'm gonna give you a headache to your last headache that you ever feel. And that's what he did, so he's gone.
Mhm.
So that was interesting. And we could just see what's going on. And like BJ also alluded to, his son, the brother, whatever he got going on, I'm following it. Like he managed to change everybody, like he unthawed everybody, and they was like asking questions, and he was like, "Well, I got these little first aid band-aid strips, but I don't know that they're band-aid strips. So these are little circuit, like little medals or whatever. So the more you do, the more you get a medal. Here you go." I was like,
Right.
"This dude." So it's just interesting. Like I said, it's only episode 2. We're gonna see how this thing thaw out a little bit, but I like it. I like where they're going with it. And like I said, once they got the Brotherhood back into the limelight, I was even better with that. So we'll see what happens in 3.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything y'all said, man. I ain't got too much to add to that. I just like I said, I'm with y'all with the Lucy thing. She kind of going back to that naiveness, man, that she well, her arc led her away from that at the end of season 1 and going right back to that, I guess. You would think that after a while, man, you being out there long enough, you would know, like, yo, you gotta kind of change your ways. What you did in the vote is nowhere close to what is going on out here. People are telling you that if you're going through it, you think something will click. She's like a smart girl, you know what I'm saying? Something will usually click, you know what I'm saying? But what you were saying about her going to that she was taking that girl back to her village or whatever, and her village looking like, they they ready for war out there. It kind of remind me, what was the group in Star Wars that Anakin killed with the women and children, the Tuskens or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they kind of remind me of. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, y'all. She gonna get saved by the ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be one of them cases where I tried to tell you, like, you're not listening. Like, now you gotta see for yourself. She gonna go through it. he gonna find a way to get out of whatever he's going through or whatever, and then he's gonna go off and save her or whatever. That's what's gonna end up happening. But because you can't be that damn naive, man. You think so?
I think she figures out a way by herself. I think this is her, man. I have no, like I said, I have not played this game. So I have no idea, but I'm just thinking. I'm thinking she's going to find a way to understand what she did by herself. That's my
click with it. Is it going to click with her after this?
Absolutely not. But it's like halfway. It's gonna be like click. It's not. You're not going to hit the ED on it. It's not going to click and then with the ED. It's just click. That's all. That's it.
Man, bro.
So wait, can I throw something out there though?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
On her little brother, I need to give him props because the first time I saw him, I always remember him from Ender's Game, and I couldn't stand him in Ender's Game, but I liked him in this because I'm like, okay, and he even seemed kind of weird and squirrely in this one too at the beginning when he was hiding and all that and just looking weird and scary, but he seemed to come on strong, like I said lately.
Being by yourself will do that to you.
He said weird and scary.
No, if you saw how he was acting hide when everybody was getting killed.
No, 100%, 100%. Like he was by himself for a while, and talking to a brain that if that don't toughen you up.
Where is that brain at?
He threw it in trash. Oh, okay. Okay. I saw it upside down. It looked like it was in the trash.
Okay. I was like, I guess I missed that part because I was sitting there when he was sitting there talking to the people that he thawed out. I'm like, so where's the brain at? Why he not in there saying like, no, he's lying or whatever?
The camera panned back.
They said like, where's such and such? Where's Bob or whatever? And then they panned to the thing upside down or dismembered, not the full brain move. He did something to it.
So in other words, he turned into his father.
I told you he figured that he's trying to take over.
Now I don't think it's. Yeah, it might be just survival because I don't think he's doing it because like, okay, I see how my father did it. I'm gonna do this. I don't think it's one of them cases. I think it's just like it's naturally happening. Like you said, it's a survival thing because if they don't get out of there, they all gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, okay, let me find a way to get out of here. We got people in here who know what's going on and all that stuff. Like you said, as soon as he said we got to find a way out of here, people are like, oh, I know about the water pipes. Oh, I know about the this and that, whatever. So it's like, okay, so now they end up getting out. Now what they're gonna do after that, I don't know. It's gonna be the interesting part because now one of them are used to being out there in that element or whatever, or know what's going on right now in this point in time. So that's gonna be interesting, man.
That's the thing. I was sitting up there and I saw Blind Al. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is she doing up in this show? They got everybody in this show.
She trash, bro. She trash the show, bro.
She
trash.
She needs to be back. She needs to go back to being Blind Al. That's her strong suit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like, man, she being a bad guy. Okay, I can't see it, man. You probably blind out. What's going on, man? You an anti-hero.
Yeah, you ain't got all your cure for blindness and all that. You know what I'm saying? She need to go back to being that. You know.
Making up names for cocaine.
Yep. Forrest Bump.
He said, "No, you know I can't." What you get this episode, BJ?
Because of my disappointment in Lucy, everything else was okay. But like I said, the father being his own menace and everything, it was good. But then Lucy set me back. So I'm thinking probably 6.57 because I was just upset with the way they played her.
Bro,
You can't have growth and then go backwards. You know what I'm saying? You can't grow as a character and learn and then let me go back to stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
Without no transition. That's no transition. With one point she was this, and the next point she went right back.
Season 1, I'm right back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. No, what I about to say? Yeah, bro. You know how every show we do like little spoilers alert. We like, man, this guy here gotta die. This guy here gotta die. Boy, Lucy dad ain't gotta die, bro. That dude cold blooded. He's the reason why Maximus' family died. That village was doing fine on his own. It was sustaining. Like you said, they found ways to replenish their little town or whatever with fresh water, all that type of stuff. And this dude sent that guy in there, man, as like a suicide bomber, bro, and killed all them people, man. So it's just like, bro, like and he killed his wife. So the fact that, bro, he doing all this, so he's affected the 3 main people in this show. Like I said, Lucy, the Ghoul, and Maximus at some type of point in their lives. He affected them, bro. So like, yo, that dude gotta go, man. And he doing all this just to have a seat at the table. Like, think about that, man. You killing people just to have a seat at the table, bro. These folks don't even give a damn about you. Because if they did, it wouldn't have kept you out there. You be wherever they are right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's just crazy to me, man. How they be doing stuff like that. But what you got, BA?
Well, to that point, like, I mean, it was him and his daughter living very comfortably throughout all this stuff, you know, amongst the vault that he was in until it got raided. So, you know, that it was working. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was working, and he survived however many years, you know, over 200 years. Like it's something's working. I'll say that we don't like it, but if someone gave you a scenario where I need you to do A, B, and C in order to preserve you and your daughter, or you and your son, or whoever the case may be, you know, he didn't do it with a smile on his face. Let me say that. He didn't. You know, they made sure they showed, because I know exactly what the scene that you're talking about. As soon as he did it, he had that look of like, I can't believe I did that. And then his daughter was calling him, so he had to kind of snap back into father mode to go read his daughter a story, in a sense. So I don't know if I don't know what gun was to his head, if there was a gun. You know, that's why they're doing the Mr. House character this season, because we see like, yo, this dude he's diabolical too. You know, you see that in the first scene of the joint. He's definitely off his markers. But I'll give this a 7. A small step up from last week because you know, Max is in there. And shout out to him in a sense. But I just wanted a little bit more. So I think we'll see what happens in episode 3. But I know last week for me was 6.5. We bumped this out to a 7.
Dang, y'all kind of. So what do y'all think about show so far overall, the season 2? Like, y'all think should I say, how do y'all compare it to season 1 so far? Like, you think it's going in that direction? You think it's a build up? Y'all think like it's kind of lacking a little bit? Like, what do y'all think overall?
So my favorite part of the show is it seems like they wrote this show to be a Walton Goggins vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Because he just get to chew up the screen every time. He just hilarious and cold blooded. So he reminds me kind of the character he played in The Hateful Eight.
Django.
Well, no, I was talking about, remember the Hateful Eight when he was in there with him and Samuel L. He got that same cowboy swagger thing, which is just funny to do it, like the way he played it, and he's a little racist, a little mean, you know, but he still seemed like he's somebody you could chill with because he seemed funny. But I don't know. Like I said, the show just seems like it's uneven to me a little bit.
Okay.
I think, you know, the characters, even Maximus's jump, he seemed to be all of a sudden he's intense. Like I said, he's the opposite of Lucy. You know, he was kind of innocent, scary. It was abused, and now all of a sudden he killing 7-foot tall dudes barehanded. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know, man. And he's leader of the number 2 in charge of the Brotherhood all of a sudden, which I'm like, that seems to be like a jarring shift compared to what he was the first one. He was just scary and nervous and eating popcorn with the robe on, with the slippers and happy, and he's all over the place too. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's a warrior. He was a snake. He tried to he took the suit armor, and then all of a sudden he get to the vault. And he's like, oh yeah, wow, like they had brainwashed him, and then all of a sudden he snapped out of it. He's slapping people around. It's just, he all over the place. So like I said, the show seems
he heartbroken, BJ. He heartbroken, bro.
Because Lucy left him.
Yeah, you could tell what girl said. Oh, she brought it up. She's like, well, she left me. I was like, oh, okay, I see what this is. He bitter. You know what I'm saying? So
thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing it up. I take my score down to a 5 now. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about that same, and I say that to say, like, listen, man, I don't went through this with Star Wars. I don't know. Damn that. I done went through this with Star Wars with my man Finn. Ray, where's Ray? Ray don't give a goddamn about you. But you all bucking your eyes as soon as you get out of surgery, your back is messed up. Ray,
water spewing.
No. And the same thing in this situation, he cared about this little white girl, and she has not mentioned him yet. But we heard him mention her in a sense, right? So no, I can't. You know what? I'm tired. I don't want to go down that trope, and here we are yet again. So 5. Thank you, Real. I appreciate you.
Question, BA, Real. Did nobody learn from Jonathan Majors? And these guys are not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? You got to leave them alone. You know what I'm saying?
Who writing it, BJ?
Gosh. Historically, we should have learned some kind of way.
But listen. Now I'm gonna give it a
You gonna give it an 8?
No, I'm trying to find a reason to give it like a higher number than y'all because I mean, y'all not what y'all say is not wrong. It's just like I don't
3.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I don't. It's kind of starting off slow, but not in a bad way. It's not like a slow bad. It's like a slow okay. Like it's still entertaining enough to watch, but I can admit that it's kind of slow a little bit, right? Like it's slow in certain parts. I'm hoping there's one of them cases where okay, you started slow, but once you get to like episode like 5, 6, 7, 8, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be like just straight adrenaline rush the whole time.
Half of the season, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like hopefully it's 8, right? 8 episodes.
Okay.
Total. I think so. So yeah, so that's what I'm hoping.
It can't be that slow. You want to be slow till episode 6?
Well, like work his way up to it, and then like what I'm saying, then it start hitting, on all cylinders after that.
I believe these people in the hills are going to increase the flow of it. Yeah.
I think Camille Nanjiani gonna do something. I think the reason they brought him at the very end, I think he's gonna be a player too.
Yeah, he is. God, I was gonna say too when I was watching that episode, like I think I did hear something about somebody was supposed to be in this show. And I was like, somebody put me in some show that we supposed to be watching or whatever. But yeah, now when I seen him get out that helicopter, I'm like, okay, so it was him. I know I heard something about that, but yeah, I think any somebody else who in this show is him or somebody else, like famous or whatever. I thought I heard something, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a you said a 5 now, BA. I don't like you changed your answer and went lower, man. BJ, you said a 6.5.
I said 6. I gave it an extra 0.5 because of Camille showing up at the end. I'm like, oh, that's my boy. But other than that, it was 6.5.
I'm gonna give it a 7 because y'all some haters, bro. On old boy Maximus, man, taking down Goliath, bro. You're not gonna do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You saw him hit him with that spin move, neck, knife to the chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, we're gonna give him a 7 for that. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody believe that was actually gonna happen? Come on now. And then he didn't even get cut. He didn't even get cut. He got punched in the face.
I thought he did.
He got punched in the face. I don't think.
Yeah, you're right.
So how you don't get cut at all? The dude got a knife. You got no knife, no weapon, and you're a foot and a half shorter than him, but you took him out.
Was that a setup? I can't really tell.
That was the power of plot armor, is what that was.
Well, no. I'm talking about like.
No, it's about like from old dude.
Like the old dude.
Yeah, old dude. Yeah, you think he set that
possibly?
Because he would look kind of looking like.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, homeboy.
I think Maximus had prep time. That's what it was. He had a lot of prep time. That's his superpower, apparently.
He got the fastest prep time of all time. That happened like immediately. So
it's like your boy, Bednad,
Say, man, you don't stop hating on Brand Sklenar, bro. Listen. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and turn the page, man, and get into this main topic, fellas. So check it out, fellas. Check it out. We got every comic book project set to release in 2026. So here are the movies right here. I want y'all to kind of give the people at home, man, your top 3 anticipated projects here. We'll start with you, BA. What's your top 3 anticipated projects?
All right, cool. Top three. First and foremost, Wonder Man. I want to see how the dude do. I'm gonna act like that that Black Mirror episode didn't exist for you and Anthony Mackie. So definitely Wonder Man. I'm gonna go with X-Men 97 for sure, and I want to say the boys, but I'm gonna swing over pause to the Latterans because of the obvious. So Wonder Man, Lanterns, and X-Men 97. But that don't mean like there's a lot of heavy hitters on this thing. This is we're gonna have content all year, guys. So I just want to let y'all get ready for that.
Yeah.
This is gonna be excellent. It's gonna be an excellent year when it comes to really stuff coming out like almost every single month. So this is excellent. But those are my 3: Wonder Man, Lanterns, and X-Men 97.
Okay. What you got, Big J?
I almost say we should do a top 3 shows and a top 3 movies.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Big J. I appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna
appreciate you, Big J. What you got, BA?
All right. Shows. Ladder. Okay, those are 3 shows. Bet. Cool. All right. Movies for me. Course Avengers. Damn, I went right past December 18th, so that would have been in my version 3 anyway. All right, so we got Doomsday. I'm going with Supergirl over that, and I think that's the not really for Clayface. The Punish. All right. Doomsday, Supergirl, and Punisher as a movie.
Well, no, Punisher is that show. Is that
it's special a movie presentation? Show.
Yeah, special presentation.
Yeah, I'm using it as a movie. Damn it.
Hey, when you Wonder Man as a movie.
Wonder Man is a show.
Yeah.
No, you say what you got, BJ.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Wonder Man because it looks interesting. The Boys because that's my show, and I'm torn.
It's only 3 movies on here. Oh, that's
4. No, it's 4 because Clayface is automatically out. I was thinking probably Vision Quest because I want to see where they go with that. I want to see what's gonna happen with Tommy.
You and White Vision. That's what it is.
I mean, Vishon.
I think
that's his name, Vishon.
Vishon. It's French, man.
Nah, that's his brother. Now, come on, everybody know that when he had the turtleneck on. That's by Vishon. But yeah, no, I want to see it. I want to see the end of that show, and the dude that's running it. Then that's the same guy that ran Picard season 3.
I think so.
So it's supposed to be pretty good, and they said they're gonna bring back Ultron and the rest of the crew. So I want to see how they
Ultron.
Friday, Jocasta might make an appearance, so it could be interesting. Movie wise, I'm gonna throw Spider-Man and then Doomsday, and I'm torn between doing the BA thing and taking the Punisher over this that Supergirl because I have a low threshold, a low interest in Supergirl. I would probably even throw the Punisher above it.
Is it because James Gunn did it, Big J?
No, James Gunn didn't do it. So I'm just like, it's just once again the character. She may be interesting. They may save it, but the character historically has been a non-factor. I mean, the movie back in the 80s made like $30, so it's not. And like I said, they've tried to even the shows and try to bring out other stuff. It's just not something people watch.
All right, let me see. Let me do shows first. It's kind of interesting. So Lanterns is definitely one of them. Let me. I'm surprised none of y'all said Spider-Man New War, man. What's going on?
I mean, there's some heavy hit, dude. The Boys. I mean, I didn't even throw Invincible in there. I wanted to see what happens there too.
Dang, it's gonna.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Maybe we should just rank them. Maybe we should have ranked them instead of just. But hey.
Can you rank them? You think you can rank them? What you got?
That's a lot.
Rank them, BJ.
That's a lot to rank. If we rank them in shows versus movies, maybe, because then, like I said, I'd probably put, if you're doing a pure ranking,
I'd
put per ranking top 6. There we go. Cut it in half. Top 6.
I would just do top 6 shows because the shows okay. But if we're doing that, I would say The Boys, Wonder Man, and I'm doing them in order of what I'm watching. I would say probably.
You got Wonder Man that high?
Dude, it's a brother, so I'm watching brother. I'm watching, and then you got Trevor Slattery coming back. I mean, come on, huh? But I want to see it because the thing is because he's supposed to have powers, and I don't know if he already has powers, which I believe that's what it is. He's been hiding his powers, so I just want to see. I want to see how they're gonna do that, and I want to see how he fits into the bigger world. But that's why I say I want to see The Boys, Wonder Man, probably Vision Quest, because I think Vision Quest is gonna have an impact because, as we said, if my theory is right that it's the kids that are the key to Doomsday and Secret Wars, then I think Tommy and Billy are gonna have a bigger role than people think. So that Vision Quest show is gonna be important as it leads over. And then Daredevil, Invincible, Punisher, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Man Animated, and Lanterns, and then Vault Rising. As far as shows.
So how what's y'all's anticipation level, man, for Spider-Man Noir, or should I say Spider Noir?
And it's live action, right?
Yeah, I'm nervous, man.
So is he just gonna be doing like the Mandalorian? He's just gonna do the voiceover because Nicolas Cage is 87 years old. I don't see him doing a bunch of action stuff. Like
I have no idea, to be honest with you, because I think we got to wait to see a trailer. I don't even know when this is supposed to be coming out. Like we saw the clips and not clip, but we saw the what they call it, the posters and all that stuff. And usually when they show that type of stuff, it should be coming out pretty soon, but I don't know. And I'm just like, man, it makes me nervous, bro. Well, I shouldn't be too nervous because it's on Amazon. Amazon does pretty good on their shows, but I just can't shake this feeling, man. I guess because it is Nick Cage playing Spider-Man in this one, bro. So it's like, he, like you said, he's 92 years old. So
yeah, I mean,
I don't know, bro. I hope it's good. I really do. I really hope it's good. I don't want anything to be bad, but I hope it's good. But
I mean, let me see. It's on Prime, if that helps.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's on Amazon, so it should. I mean, they do pretty well with their shows, so that's the only thing I can pretty much bank on. But I don't know.
And it's no shot at Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas Cage as an actor. He was one of my favorite actors back in the days. Once again, you see him playing John Madden, and he gonna make that physical transformation from Madden to
it's a Spider-Man or whatever.
At 61 years at actual age, old, trying to swing and shoot and all that. I'm like, I don't see it, dude.
Yeah, they want to do a stunt double for sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna have to be like him just doing the voice. If unless they show his face or something, because I don't see it.
Let me see. Yeah, the top 3 for me gonna be Spider-Man, Avengers, and Supergirl. That's not to say I'm not interested to see what Clayface is talking about. I am, but those 3 are a priority. Seem like
which Spider-Man?
Brand New Day for the movies, and then like for the shows, Lanterns, X-Men 97, Vision Quest kind of got me interested. I want to see what they're gonna do with that.
What's that between Clayface and Avengers? What Spider-Man is that?
That's the animated show. Friendly
Neighborhood. I'm ready for that.
Okay.
With Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, I was gonna put that in there with X-Men 97, bro, because I'm interested in that too.
Surprisingly good show.
Yeah, that's a good show. That shocked the heck out of me when I seen that. I thought for kids, bro, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, dang, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be we're gonna have some content this year, man. Oh, next year, I should say. But yeah, man, that's pretty interesting, yo. But y'all let us know too, man, what y'all think. What is y'all's list here on this list of shows and movies? All right, fellas, let's see what we got here next. Let's go ahead and turn the page here, man, to the quick hits. So the Russo brothers explain why they brought back Steve Rogers here for Doomsday. So check this out. It says the character that changed our lives, the story that brought us all here together, it was always going to come back to this. Man, what you think about this one though, BJ? What you think, man?
I think that it's once again that's the only thing that scares me. If they pull it off, it's great, but it screams of we couldn't move past what we did before, and let's go to that nostalgia farm one more time and try and get all the member berries so that everybody can come and drop that one last load of cash on us. And so that's why let's bring back everybody, from all the stuff. And then next thing they've been doing that though, because we saw that in Spider-Man No Way Home when they brought all the classic ones back, and and even in Deadpool, and it's like they just doing the same thing over again. Let's bring everybody back from all the X-Men from the X-Men universe and put them in with all our new stuff and make you cry about all of them dying again. And I'm like, if that's all you're doing and bringing back Steve again and bringing back Tony again, and it's like y'all can't move on and grow the franchise. So I don't know. We have to see what they're really gonna do with it. That makes me nervous. Like I said, if it's huh?
Whose fault is it?
Whose fault is it?
Who do you blame, Father?
I think it's the fact that they can't focus. Like I think they pivoting. They should have had a clear plan. They didn't seem to have a clear plan. And then because like I said, the thing is, people blame the whole Jonathan Majors thing, but Jonathan Majors was never supposed to be the focus of the next series. Like I said, they decided that because they liked how well he did in Loki season 1, and then they say, "Oh, let's build everything around this guy because he did a great job on this one show." And then when then they say, "Well, wait a minute, we don't know if Kang is big enough, so let's swing back." Even before they said Quantumania, and I'm like, you can't run a franchise. You just need to make a decision and stick to it. I mean, yes, you need to be able to course correct, but they didn't course correct. They just been flailing wildly, is what it seems like. And the audience is kind of like, y'all figured out that we might come back,
Which is not very Marvel-like, but
no.
Yeah, which is crazy. But what you got, BA?
It's Captain America, it's Steve Rogers, it's Chris Evans. Why wouldn't you? It's still young enough to play a role, Chris Evans. Why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you, quote unquote, spin the block? Like why wouldn't you do that? It's some people, I guess, some people are franchise makers. It's just it kind of is what it is, right? And yes, the first Captain America movie wasn't the best, but you let them stick around long enough, and people still think Winter Soldier is the best Marvel movie they came out with, in a sense. So it's he has his own following. He has his own shtick. It's like it's him. Just like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. It's gonna be hard to replace it. We'll see. But it's just that some people are just bigger than the roles that they play. And right now, Chris Evans is that dude when it comes to Captain America. Even when you look at Anthony Mackie, and we love Anthony Mackie. We love Falcon being Falcon. We love Falcon being Captain America. But when Steve Rogers show up, brother, you can go back to being Falcon if you want to. This is Captain America. It's just it is what it is. And I think they're just going to play on. They're going to play towards that. And it makes sense. Would you go this long without Batman? Would you go this long without Superman? No, you wouldn't. I don't care who if Anthony Mackie was a Nightwing disguised as Batman, you'd be like, I can't wait to Batman come back. I can't wait to Bruce Wayne show back up again. It is what it is. That those are Marvel's cornerstone pieces. So either you bring them back and you don't get rid of them again, or you find a way to sub, and then hopefully you can replace them with someone that can fill the shoes somewhat. But you need Steve Rogers. You can't go through a comic book strip without thinking, hey, where's Steve Rogers? We need Steve Rogers, man. What would Steve Rogers do?
Hold on, BA. Why you preaching what I've been saying? I've been saying this for the longest, bro. And it's not just because of like comic book fans or whatever. You've programmed the general audience that Steve Rogers is Captain America, right? You gave us all these movies, you gave us his cameos or whatever in these different movies, so we grew with this character. So you programmed them to say, hey, this is the guy. So when you take that away and say, this is the guy now, It's like, no, I want that guy back. You know what I mean? So that's kind of one of them cases. Like, listen, bro, I've said this for about 2 years now, man. I already knew the guy was coming back, man. I don't know why it was such a secret. They brought back Robbie Downey Jr. They brought back the Russo brothers. Like Big J said, they bring back everybody else. It was only fitting they were gonna bring back Steve too, bro. I don't know why it was. They trying to make it seem like, oh well, surprise, Steve. Like, no, I think we all knew that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a secret or whatever. Y'all kept lying to us, saying like, oh no, he's not coming back, and then he was lying to us in the interviews, like, oh no, I'm never going back to Marvel and all that stuff, pulling Andrew Garfield, and we already knew he was coming back. So, no, kind of pick up what you just said too, BA, about I mean, I think we talked about this about 6 months ago, or whatever. They were talking about the whole rebooting thing. Like I've said it before, it might not necessarily be Chris Evans moving forward, but it's going to be Steve Rogers moving forward after they reboot everything. So y'all might well go ahead and get ready for that, because they want the people are programmed to know that he is Captain America. Bruce Wayne is Batman. You know, Clark Kent is Superman. Not none of the derivative characters or whatever. He is the quintessential Captain America. So that's why I feel like, yeah, they're gonna him coming back was a no-brainer, and then them rebooting it to another Steve Rogers person playing Steve Rogers is what we'll probably end up doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that we have Shuri being Black Panther, but
Yeah,
the clock is ticking. I need T'Challa being Black Panther. It's the same exact thing. People can sub in and then sub their ass right back out.
But that did happen in the movies when he died.
Shuri did become
Black Panther. Yeah, in the comics, Shuri did become Black Panther when he went to the ancestral plane.
And Falcon became Captain America. Cool. Bucky became Captain America for a little bit. Cool. But swing y'all sub back out and bring it back Steve Rogers.
So once again, we talked about this before. I still see Captain America as a mantle, not necessarily as a person. And I know y'all would make the argument, but like I said, you've made the argument before, Rail, that your favorite mantle characters are like the Green Lanterns or like
or Flash. Or
yeah. And so I'm like, that's the thing. So the fact that we can have mantle characters, and like I said, it's a title. The Captain America is a title. It's not just Steve, because once again, by default, multiple people have been Captain America. I think that's one of those things where you can, and that's the problem with having a full universe where real people get old,
right?
And actors age out. So if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna make it, well, it's got to be Steve Rogers. Then you're gonna always have to reset every 15 to 20 years, because you can't have 70-year-old Chris Evans in there trying to throw that shield, So at some point, either you're gonna have to move on and pass the mantle. And like I said, if you're trying to make this a cohesive universe, then that's where it makes sense to pass the mantle down to somebody else, where you get somebody younger to come in and take over for that mantle. Otherwise, you have to reboot every few years.
No, I mean, listen, we've seen it before, though. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it in other franchises. Like I'll tell you before, James Bond, they just kept the stories continuing to go. Nobody was like, hold on, who's this guy? I thought this guy was James Bond. No, they just kept the stories going.
Oh, James Bond? As James Bond, a new rendition of it. And you got about 3 movies to prove yourself.
Yeah.
So because his name is a dude. It's not, you know what I'm saying? James Bond is a guy.
But I'm just saying, though,
Steve Rogers is a guy.
But once again, Steve Rogers is not Captain America. Captain America is a title. Steve Rogers is a guy. James Bond is a guy. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so saying James Bond because they have multiple, because it's a guy, James Bond. It's not the title of 007. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me give you another example. When it went from Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer to for George Clooney, that was supposed to be all the same Batman within the same universe, the same Christopher Gordon, all that stuff, Alfred, all that. It's supposed to be the same Batman. All they did was just change that actor out and say, okay, you're Batman, Bruce Wayne, go. We had to say no. We didn't have to say. I mean, I ain't talking about how it went. I'm just saying in general, like they did it, like, you know what I'm saying. So like we not gonna talk about Batman and Robin. You know what I'm saying?
So I think the thing is,
everybody was just kept pushing.
Right. Yeah. So we want to see what makes Steve Rogers different. Like you said, a lot of people was Captain America. That's true. Steve Rogers is that one that, at the end of the day, he's going to find some way to be the righteous Steve Rogers himself. Like Steve Rogers is a character that people gravitate towards. Like, when in doubt, Steve going to take the high ground. that kind of thing. It's no questions. It's him. It's Steve. That's what Steve does. That's what you want to see. You want to see that. You don't want to see someone talking their way out of situations all the time. Anthony Mackie, I got love for you, Ant, but no, I don't want to see that. I want to see Steve just say like, no, this is not the way it should be, and just go with it. Even if it's boneheaded in a sense that people like that version of Steve Rogers. It's just it is what it is. So Chris Evans can be replaced to another guy that's just as boneheaded as Chris Evans can be sometimes. It's just we like that noble sense of being a bonehead in it, and I think that's what sells. It's Steve Rogers himself sells, not necessarily the mantle Captain America. It's Steve Rogers being that.
I just about to say what BA just said. It's more of Steve Rogers being a symbol compared to the mantle. He just happened to be wearing the mantle of Captain America, but the Steve Rogers character himself is a symbol. You know, people kind of look at him like he said, it's like that righteous man or whatever. So the high moral compass or whatever. So yeah, that's why I said like I definitely see it, man.
So here's a question:
turn the page
what happens when he becomes younger? No, go ahead. So what happens when? Because if people focus on it being Chris Evans, even if you try and recast, what happens then? Does everybody reject because that's not my Cap? That's not, even though it could be another Steve Rogers. But are they going to accept that person, or is it because you've now associated this is the perfect Captain America and it's the only one we can have? Or do you think they're going to let it go?
Then the folks move on from Christian Bale to Ben Affleck and now over to Robert Pattinson. I mean,
I didn't really move on from Ben Affleck. I still think he should be Batman. I didn't like this.
I do too, but I'm just saying, like in general, though, you know what I'm saying? Because we had folks now crying, talking about they want Robert Pattinson to be the Batman in the DCU, all that type of stuff, right? So the point I'm making, is yeah, I mean, people are gonna eventually learn to grow and like that person.
You want to just switch off and keep moving.
Yeah, keep moving.
We know that Chris Evans can't play this role forever.
Exactly. Like what you hope is that the casting crew over there at Marvel makes the right decision. You know what I'm saying? Like you want them to, like, you don't want to put Pauly Shore as Captain America, and of course people ain't gonna like that. You know what I'm saying? So you hope that they do to make the right decision and who they cast or whatever, and then you just kind of let the chips fall where they may.
We have a look of Steve Rogers, whatever that look is. We have a vision of Steve Rogers. Chris Evans does kind of fit that kind of. It's close enough. It's close enough for the comics and things like that. It's close enough. So you have to fit someone that's kind of in that mode. We spend episodes doing the same exact thing. Who's going to be the Batman and Brave and the Bold? Well, we have a look of what Bruce Wayne is going to be, and we have like 5 actors right now that kind of fit that mold in us, and we're going to see which one of those actors. Boom, there you go. That's what. And whenever we decide to go and pick a new Captain America / Steve Rogers, we have an idea what Steve Rogers looks like. Whatever that idea is, right now, there's 5 actors that's in their mid to late 20s. Boom, one of them going to be it. It's the same exact thing.
I was going to say, BA, the difference is we're guessing what their vision of Batman going to be with the people that we cast. We already know their vision of Steve Rogers. We had it on the screen for 85 years. So like you said, we looking for somebody in that mold that's going to fit, like, it kind of continue that on. It's like, oh, he's not missing a beat. This is pretty much like the same guy that was in the last 85 Avenger movies or whatever. So yeah, no, I agree with that, bro. I agree with that. All right, let's see what we got next, y'all. So these some more rumors that's been swirling the interwebs, y'all. It says Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman will reportedly have a major role in Avengers Secret Wars. BA, do you think this is true, man? Or do you think this is kind of, I'm gonna have to wait and see, man, because I don't know how true this could be.
If they're in it and then they have a sacrifice, then they play a major role and then they die. I'm okay with that too. And I'm not trying to be the doom and gloom. It's just you don't necessarily need to have long screen time to be have a major role. The fact that these 2 guys are in the movie is a major thing. Period. It could be a cameo, and like, oh, that was a major. They had Tobey Maguire. They're going to be more than just a cameo, but I'm just saying, like, they probably will have some kind of sacrifice, whether they survive or not. It doesn't have to be they die as a sacrifice, but they could do something to help out the sacrifice situation or save someone from dying in a sense. Well, he played a major role. That's what he did. So I'm being very surface level when they say that. I do believe that at least one of these guys are going to go ahead on and kick the bucket. Hopefully, both of them kick the bucket in this particular movie. But that is a major role because these are major characters. When major characters step up, it's a major thing. And I'm not trying to be redundant either. It's just it's a wrestling thing. Some guys come back every 2 months. They pop up and make another return. That's because they're a mega superstar, and every time they pop up, it's a major thing. So something's going to happen. They're in a major match. So when I see Tobey Maguire, he's a major Spider-Man. He's one of the best Spider-Mans we ever had. When I see Hugh Jackman, who plays Wolverine for the last 20 plus years, these are major things. Like, these are high impact moments, and to have them in one movie together, no matter what they do, it's a huge thing. So that's what I'm taking it as. Yes, they are going to have a major role because they're heavy hitters. These are heavyweights of their respective character. That's what I mean.
Okay. What you got, Big J?
I could see Toby coming back to do the sacrifice. I really, and not being weird, but I really do hope that they go ahead and finish off Hugh Jackman as well. I think they need to move on and cast a new Wolverine as well. Like I said, Hugh Jackman, love him. He's been great for the last over 20 years, but he's aging out of being Wolverine because Wolverine is an ageless character, and you can't have somebody that's older than me, trying to get himself in shape every time to play this part. It's just not going to work. So I think he needs to let it go. I know he loves the character, and I think he had a great deal in Logan, and they had fun bringing it back for Deadpool and Wolverine. But he needs to make a huge sacrifice, die, and then have a new person be cast as Wolverine for the reboot and Secret Wars. I think that should be their plan all along. Like, let all the legacy characters die, and then bring in the new versions of all the characters. That's the whole point of doing the soft reset in this movie.
Yeah.
But I definitely think Toby's dying though.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I love Toby to death.
That.
I love Toby to death, but I could definitely see Toby dying in this one. I mean, and he better ugly cry when he died too.
No, I agree. I think it's gonna be a swan song for sure. I know people like, oh, he did it in in Logan or whatever. Like, yeah, this is gonna be permanent for sure. Because they're talking about, like you said, they probably rebooting and all that stuff. There's gonna be a new Wolverine. I told y'all before, I think there's gonna be a new Venom in this universe, all that stuff, man. It's gonna be the opportunity for them to kind of, we've already heard before multiple times. This is Kevin Feige in them way to kind of erase the stuff that they don't want, to reboot a lot of stuff that they want. He started talking about people's ages and all that type of stuff. So, like y'all said, the X-Men cast, they all over the age of 85. So it's about time. Hey, we gotta recast you. We already heard about them soon probably having some news of the young cast of the X-Men and all that type of stuff. So yeah, man, I think I said this a million times, man. I think literally everybody, man, from the Fox universe, Fantastic Four, the Marvel universe, whatever, man, Sony universe, I think they all gonna be in this movie, man. It's gonna be like a little send-off. Like I said, folks that we grew up with, watching them with these franchises and stuff, we're gonna see them kind of fade into the ether, and then we're gonna get our younger, more cohesive MCU or whatever. So yeah, I agree with y'all on that, bro. I think we're gonna it's when they're gonna get the reboot. Now the interesting part gonna be is how they gonna reboot the Wolverine. I wonder who they gonna get to play Wolverine. Like you said, Big J, the person who played Wolverine got to be Wolverine for a while, and they gotta stay young looking for a while. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a lot of Paul Rudds walking around here. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be interesting. How they gonna handle that? But all right, y'all. Let's see. Speaking of X-Men, bro, check this out. It says Cyclops and Wolverine. I said Wolverine. Cyclops and Magneto will appear in the third trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Are y'all hearing anything about this third trailer? Have y'all heard anything on anything y'all been reading or watching or anything? BJ. Oh,
it sounds like he has a lot to say, but
no, they said first. If I was saying first, I heard it was going to be a Doom like everybody else, but then they said they switched about 4 or 5 days ago, and everybody started saying, no, it's going to be the X-Men, and this will be a Cyclops and Magneto, and I don't know who else is going to be in there, but it's supposed to be their trailer focusing on those guys. And they said the reason they're doing this is they're bringing back the older characters who've been kind of out, except for Thor. Thor is the only one that is a recent character, but everybody else they're trying to reintroduce to get everybody caught up because we don't need to have a Thunderbolts trailer because we just saw the Thunderbolts, we just saw the Fantastic
It
Four,
says 4. Yeah.
so we don't need to see what they're doing. We just saw that in the post credit scene. So at this point, it's just a matter of what are we doing with the X-Men, and we need to reintroduce everybody to them. Who, like I said, you got to remember when was the last X-Men movie that wasn't Wolverine? Was it X3?
Phoenix.
Well, I'm talking about the one with those OG actors.
Oh,
That was like 2000. Let's see, what was it? Like 2007 or 8.
well, if you want to add First Class, not First Class. Days of Future Past.
That once again, but that was they had some crossover there. I'm just trying to see when the movies came out because X-Men: The Last Stand was 2006, and that was the last one that had the whole crew in it.
Oh, okay, you something like that. Yeah.
So that was what 19 years ago or 20 years ago by the time this movie comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to reintroduce because
that's 20 years ago. God, dang. That's 20 years ago. That's not including when the first X-Men came out.
Yeah, the first one was 2000. So yeah, the first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dang, boy.
Yeah, getting old, man.
Damn near 30 years. Yeah.
I know. See now when you think of stuff from your childhood and now it's 20 years later, you're like, man, I'm old. Man, that's how I feel. So
yeah.
But no, that's
90s are steady slipping away, man.
It is, but no, that's why I think they need to reintroduce them. That's why I think it's smart to do what they're doing and do these drops because, yeah, you're not people like I said, kids today, like teenagers, they may have seen these movies, but what their parents, watching at home on reruns, but they didn't go to see this in the movie theater. So
yeah, what you got, BA?
I mean, Big J pretty much said a lot. Not gonna lie to you. It's hard to try to follow that one because he's 100% correct. It was supposed to be Robert Downey Jr. of some kind, let's say Dr. Doom version of him. Then they recently switched that and when they're like, all right, well, we're gonna do the X-Men. So okay, all right, well, we'll see what happens when it comes to that. And like you said, a lot of these dudes are old, so they need to reintroduce some of these characters to people that don't know who they are. If you was born in 2000, I mean, you're only 20, 25, 26, and you have I mean, you didn't start watching this stuff till you was about what 5, 6, 7, 8 around that range. You completely missed the franchise. So it's a good way of doing that. You probably get some promotions on a Disney Plus and things like that, so people can catch up with them. But yeah, he's 100% right. I don't have too much to add to it. Yeah, they should appear in the third trailer just to get a reminder of who they are, so you can kind of backtrack and have the time to watch all the movies again to try to catch up. Now, and you're not really catching up. It's just to be familiar with them, I should say, not necessarily catching up. I don't think you need to watch those movies to see like what's going on in here. I think they do enough brief backstory real quick to kind of to catch people up front. But yeah, those that want to take that time to see who these characters are, in a sense, to flush them out, yeah, you can do a little bit of homework, and this trailer should be able to help do that. Remember, the thing comes out in December, so you have plenty of time.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. Because I was sitting there when y'all said Doom, I was thinking to myself, I'd rather Doom be in the actual trailer. That way you have more context to what's going on with him than him just having like a little brief 20-second teaser like the other guys had where he just walking and talking or whatever. Like, no, you want to see it more in context or whatever in the actual trailer. So I'm cool with them waiting on that. Them having the X-Men being his third trailer is one of them 3 trailers before the main trailer come out. That is pretty smart, like you said, BA. The fact that now we can kind of, you not necessarily like, oh, this is their backstory. Just watch this whole entire 2-hour trailer. It's like, okay, we're kind of getting reintroduced to them in this context of the MCU. So that's not bad. And it do kind of make sense to what you said, Big J, about them not doing like the Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts and all that. We just saw them. Let's start bringing in the folks that we haven't seen yet in a while or whatever, and kind of introducing them in these little trailers or whatever. Like I said, Steve Rogers, we ain't seen him in like 7 years or whatever. Thor, what was he doing? X-Men. Let's see what they're talking about here in this context of being in the MCU. So yeah, no, I agree with y'all on that, man. That is pretty smart. Speaking of trailers, though, check this out. I bet y'all didn't know this. The first trailer for the Avengers Doomsday got 167 million views in just 24 hours, y'all. 24 hours. To think about that, Big J. Oh, he muted again.
I said that must be across all social media because I was looking and I saw on I think on YouTube it's on like 17, 18 million views as of today. So that must be like Twitter, TikTok, all that wherever they posted it.
Probably. Yeah,
But
probably.
unless they're also looking at people who like the new rock stars and other places who reposted and talked about it or something like that. But I'm just wondering. Yes, sir.
Does that count? Does that count for the bootleg?
See, a lot of other companies, like IGN, will repost, like, you know what I'm saying? Like IGN will post Marvel trailers sometimes too, and some of these other outlets.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they count all that, but hey. Because I was looking, I was trying to figure out, I said 167, I looked in the YouTube, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's only 17, 18 million. I'm like, that ain't. So I'm like, they must be pulling from everywhere.
Yeah, gotta be. What you got, BA?
I think it is from everywhere, obviously, because it's a trailer, so it's short enough where you can watch it on Facebook, you can watch it on IG, you can watch it whatever social media that you're listening to, and you're able to kind of like watch the entirety of it. So it's not like a movie or a short video, like a short something. It's just a little trailer. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of replays. That's a lot of people watching it. And it was your first one, so that's good. That's good signs. That's definitely a good sign. And like I said, once they knew who to put out there first. I'll say that. We had a whole segment on it. They knew Chris Evans as Steve Rogers was going to draw in people that probably wasn't watching Marvel for quite some time. Some people are diehards of who they like, and people like Steve Rogers. It is what it is. And this helps showcase that. We'll see what happens when they officially release the Thor one. But by now, all those people that just saw that one, more likely than not, is going to see the second one. Like, all right, they got them hooked, So it's just the way it was terrible business trying to tack it on to the Avatar situation. I didn't like that, especially when you couldn't make it available for all versions of Avatar. Shout out to Rel. And now that we know that if I wait a couple of days, it might be on regular TV, regular social media. Then okay, cool. I'm not necessarily mad at that, and it's good enough. This is gonna be a month now of trailers, and after the month of trailers, we got less than 11 months and counting. Less than 11. And then the big show comes out. So it's a nice count. That's a nice start to a countdown. I'll say that. It's a nice start to what will be the next couple months after that.
Don't be expecting a Super Bowl trailer, B.
I'm definitely expecting the Super Bowl trailer.
No, I was about to say though. No, you right. Listen, you kind of remind me what I was about to say when you said it's the way they kind of went about with this whole marketing thing. I think we talked about it on the last show, bro. I think it got that many views because of how they handled the whole marketing work. Like you said, when stuff it's been bootlegged online for the last like 2 or 3 days before the actual. Wait, I'll take that back. Wait, no, yeah, it got bootlegged like 2 or 3 days before you could see it in the movie theaters, I believe, right? Yeah, and so, or was it during the movie theaters?
That was before.
Before. Okay.
It was before. We were talking about it before.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Because I said I was gonna wait until I go to the movies to see it.
Yeah,
so
we were talking about it Tuesday, and it quote unquote came out Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, you're right. So I think that's why the numbers are kind of high too on that, because I think some of the people who did not get to see it or whatever in the movie theaters, and some of the people who refused to watch it on bootleg, you finally got a chance to actually watch a clear cut view of it or whatever. Same thing gonna be with the probably like you said, BA. It's gonna probably be the same thing with Thor. Numbers gonna be this high or whatever because we just seen the bootleg a few days ago. I think Cuz sent it to us, or one of y'all sent it to us in the group. That we're gonna be. I ended up watching it because I'm not going back to the movies and watch it. Avatar, so that's the only way I'm gonna get to watch it. But I saw that, and then soon they end up dropping the Steve trailer. So it's like, okay, because we kind of had the idea that they weren't gonna drop none of these teasers until they actually dropped the actual trailer after the third teaser came out. So now I think we know now that they're going to end up dropping the Thor one probably like next week on Tuesday or something like that. So hopefully, but yeah. So we're going to eventually see the Thor one too. Thor gonna probably make these same numbers too. So we're gonna see, man. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got next, man. Check it out, fellas. Batman Brave and the Bold will reportedly begin filming in 2027. So we got about a year, a little over a year away from it starting to film, man. What you think about this though, BA?
Begin filming in 2027. I wish they would have said maybe the beginning of 2027, just to give us some light that it's going to come. Pause maybe
Sooner.
early 2028, that kind of thing. So we're still quite some time away from it. So I'm not necessarily putting in everything into like anticipation mode yet. But you know, we'll see where it's at. To me, I'm really looking towards to see how they finish the year off, this 2026, that is. So you're going to have Supergirl, you're going to have Lanterns. That's probably going to usher in some kind of way Man of Tomorrow for 2027. That should probably be one of the main DC projects is 2027 is Man of Tomorrow. So then he was like, okay, well then a year after that, you might get Batman and Wonder Woman perhaps in the same year. So like, okay, then he was like, it's not the worst thing. But right now it's a little too far away. I really hope that I don't know what's the holdup. If you have the script, if everything's ready, maybe people's schedules, maybe people got to make movies or whatever. So maybe their personal schedule isn't ready. But I mean, if things are ready, then start in 2026. Like what we waiting for? It's one of those things. Like, so I don't necessarily know. I don't know if they have rooms to film. I don't know people's vacation schedules. But if you got the script ready, and it's a James Gunn project now, he can oversee this thing to be a little bit quicker. So I don't see why I have to wait till 2027 if it's ready now. Just film in 2026 and see what happens after that. So I think it should be premiering in 2027 if anything. But we'll see.
You said it sounded like you said Andy Muschietti's schedule. What it sound like you said. What you got?
He is doing that, isn't he?
Yeah, he directed it. Yeah, so it might be around his schedule.
And he just signed off on a brand new universe in a sense, right? So he has to probably wait that out. He has to wait the It franchise out, and any other thing that he might have started to sign off on that maybe hasn't been talked about. So this might be an Andy thing versus anyone else. So I can't get mad because I was sitting here watching every episode of it. So you got it. You're right. It's Andy.
What you got, BJ?
I mean, yeah, I wish they would do production a little earlier, but I think they also try not to step on the Batman Part 2 because that goes in production next year. What, mid next year? They said middle of next year.
April. I think April. Yeah.
So that'll probably wrap right before the end of next year, and then I mean they'll get that going. But and then what about then? I guess we'll also be doing the Penguin season 2. That's coming out either before or after that.
Did it get greenlit yet though? I think it's rumors that they working on it or whatever is in development, but I don't know if they got it greenlit yet.
Let's see, Penguin season 2. Oh, it says unconfirmed.
I thought we talked about that one episode. We was like, I think it's being discussed or whatever. So
I thought they'd already greenlit it, but because I heard that somewhere that they'd already greenlit it.
Yeah.
But
my wife matter of fact, it's funny you said that. My wife asked me the other day. She's talking about the Penguin. She's like, didn't they greenlight it? I'm like, no, I think we talked about it on the show. I said, I think it's in development or whatever, and they're thinking about doing it or whatever. It haven't really been greenlit yet, but yeah.
They may be waiting, but I mean, first we got to go ahead and cast the Batman. So we don't know who it's going to be yet.
Yeah.
There's no. I mean, the funny thing is, I don't know if you saw John Campy was talking about it because he didn't say who his first choice was, but he said it was not Brandon Sklenar. He said he didn't.
Oh
think, yeah. He said he didn't think it was him necessarily. He said, but it's one of those things where the fans are putting it out there, and then of course, James Gunn made his comment that he liked his acting, and so everybody's like, oh, he liked his acting. And then
and then Henry Cavill followed him.
Yeah, and that was the other thing that people like, and it's like that could mean something. It could just mean that they they met each
Got a
other in
movie
the
together.
summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, they don't know. So I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, I think they do need to cast both characters and start working on that because it's kind of because the script's been done right for about 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. The script's already done.
I think I heard they still working on it, but it's like close to being finished or something. I think I don't know. I can't remember, but maybe it's done. Because I've been saying if it's done, don't they normally like as soon as they get done, it's like yo, I know how James Gunn work. It's like as soon as they get done, let's start casting people. Like let's get the cast going or whatever. We haven't heard that yet, but because that's another thing too, Big J. I don't know, but y'all remember when they did the little press tour for it when they was getting ready to show it and all that stuff. Welcome to Derry, and they were talking to Andy Muschietti, and he brought up the fact that we're gonna hear in the next couple months Batman news. Y'all remember that?
Well,
so I thought maybe that would be the Batman news of him. He's gonna have some kind of casting news or something. That's what I thought.
Well, they said so. The script was turned in July. Is what it. That's what I remember we mentioned it. So I looked it up. So the script for Batman Brave and the Bold was turned in by Matt. Was turned in July. So, I mean, you should have an idea what you're doing based on the fact that you've already had it down. Unless they're still fleshing out the script or making corrections and rewrites and stuff. But you would think if they've had a script since July, it's December, about to be January. They should be starting pre-production and casting and all that should be kind of going on.
Yeah, because I think it's too one of the cases where they're trying to like. So Andy Muschietti got the whole it Welcome to Derry stuff going on. They want to wait till it go through his little run, then let it die down a little bit, and now he's gonna focus on Batman or whatever. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Because I think that's probably why he said, I think it was his wife who said too. She was like, yeah, just we can't talk about anything right now. We gotta, wait a couple months, and then we can talk about it or whatever. So I'm thinking like, okay, so that means here pretty soon we're gonna hear something. Because we gotta start getting some type of casting news. And I don't think it's a coincidence that she said that about a month ago. And then we hearing these rumors of like, oh, well, Henry Cavill, not Henry Cavill, what's the boy name? David Cornswell, he following Brendan Sklenar. Brendan Sklenar had made that comment about, yeah, I'm gonna get my Batman voice ready, all that type of stuff. I don't think it's a coincidence. Like I think we're gonna probably hear something here, probably at the beginning of the year, of next year, probably no later than February. We might get some news or something, bro. Because
question.
We'll get to the
Do you think anybody from the It series will be Damien?
I know where you're going with that, man. You trying to say you think Richie gonna be Damien, huh? Not Richie. Yeah, Richie. Yeah, Richie.
Now, I don't know if it's Rich or not. I mean, this is 2027. He got a whole nother year or two, right?
Yeah, he's super short though.
You're gonna want somebody short to play Damien for an extended period of time.
Man, it's gonna be hard to,
right? Because he's gonna. Every other kid is gonna grow out of that quickly before they can.
Yeah.
Before they can have time to they're gonna grow past the movies itself as they come out. Then you gotta rehire a kid. No, you just get somebody that's unfortunately on the shorter side, and he can play a kid for an extended period of time because he has the height for it. Hopefully he doesn't have the facial features, but they can quote unquote slightly DH. But I'm just thinking like a lot of times when people have projects, they tend to like, hey, I know that this person works well with this person works well with that sort of idea. So I was just thinking like, yo, maybe Rich might be the Damien because they ain't cast him yet. That's all I'm saying. They ain't cast him yet.
Well, here's the thing I was thinking too, though. They've already announced who Brainiac is. That movie is not set to come out. They haven't even announced when that's going into production, right? That's got to be 2028.
No, it's a production in April. They already started that in April. They're doing the Batman and Superman in April. It's coming.
This is going to come out first. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought that was coming out after.
This is going to come out next year. Man of Tomorrow, that is going to come out.
Yeah, Man of Tomorrow. Yes,
next year.
2027. Yeah, they start production in April.
Well, yes. I'm already in 2026. So I need to.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so yes, I'm saying same thing.
Man of Tomorrow in 2027. Yes.
Yeah, and the Batman, both of them are starting production around April, and they're gonna release in 27. So yes.
So it should come out 2028, as in the Brave and the Bold. And like I said, hopefully they can tie in. If they give me that and Wonder Woman in the same year, that's a good 2028. If I got these two projects in 2027 already, we see what comes. Clearly, we just looked at the slate. 2026 is jam packed as it is now. So it's a nice window. But you got to promise me it's for 2028. You can't push off 2029 or nothing crazy like that. Can't do it.
I don't know. We'll see.
Now, BA, I don't know how you forgot about Dynamic Duo too in 2028, bro. You being disrespectful, bro.
I purposely forgot about that.
And your other favorite show,
everyone else.
Creature Comforts.
What is
Creature Comforts season 2, which
wait,
has already been green. It's been greenlit. They said either 26 or 27. They don't know yet. They said they've been working on script since the beginning of the year.
Oh, they ain't got a date yet. Okay. Okay. I see. I
if
thought
they ain't started yet, I'm assuming 27. That's a lot of animation.
Yeah. Speaking of Andy Muschietti, man, check this out. So they're currently in talks of It Chapter 3 being made. I think we talked about this before. Maybe they had these rumors years ago. They're talking about maybe coming out with It Chapter 3. Then they turned around and came out with It Welcome to Derry. It's gonna be interesting. What you think about this, BJ?
Well, I don't know what they're doing in their chat unless they're also going to go backwards, but that seems to step on Welcome to Derry. So if he's dead, he's dead. So I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, if you're going to go back to the well, you do it like you're doing on the show. Go back and do the Welcome to Derry Chapter 2, Chapter 3. But to do an It Chapter 3 makes zero sense since the character's already dead to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I might be like, what's his name? Bob Chapin. No, was it Bob Iger when they was wanting to go back and make the Kylo Ren movie? He was like, he's dead. Yeah. So how you gonna make a movie with him? And I'm like, if he's dead, what? And then, like I said, you're telling the backstory to go back and show him hopping through time trying to, prevent his death. Then what are you actually showing in the movie after the shows all come out or during? That doesn't make sense to me. It seems like it could be once again a studio exec saying, "Hey, let's make a bunch of money. This is hot right now."
It could be. What you got, BA?
I think this confirms that Welcome to Derry, by the time the third season comes around, even if it don't even make it, even this movie gets, they're still in talks. So, okay. I'm assuming Chapter 3 of Welcome to Derry will have him rewriting history to then open up the It Chapter 3 to be whatever they want to do. It is a clean slate to redo what you want to do with Pennywise on the big screen, whatever it is you want to do. And I think that's what the freedom of having this can do. We know that Chapter 2, he's going to go into the 30s, but they already said, well, it's 1908, right? They kept saying it throughout the whole thing. So he's going to go back eventually to 1908 for the third season. And that's when he's going to win. He's going to win that battle that he's fighting against to save himself, and then usher in a new timeline, and then they can just go right back to 1980 or whatever, and then redo it with a brand new cast, and then see what happens after that. So I think that's the way it's going to go. I think that confirms it, and I'm for it. I don't care that. Let's say I'm 100% correct. Let's just say that. I don't even care that I'm 100% correct. I'm willing to go on this It train ride as far as it can go. Like I'm hooked. Like I got my permanent ticket already. So yeah. So I'm thinking Andy with a fresh take on Pennywise in the future. They might just do like right now. In a sense, like who knows? They'll have a free window to do whatever they want. And it's Andy's world at this point. He took what Stephen King gave him, and he's flushing out his own world. I'm here for
it. So that's not in the book where he went back and changed anything. So if they do this is going to be something they made up on their own. So I mean, it's an interesting premise. Like you said, I think we kind of talked about that after the season of first season of It Welcome to Derry. We were kind of saying like, man, they have the way that they showed in the first season, he could possibly go back and change some things and then it reset it or whatever, and then coming out with It Chapter 3. So, because I was when they originally came out with the concept of It Chapter 3, I was wondering maybe they were talking about It Chapter 3, but it was gonna be a prequel of some sorts of him being, like in the 60s or whatever. And I think they decided to go ahead and make it a show. So I'm wondering, like I said, maybe they came up with this idea of just the premise alone of what they're doing with the show. It's like, oh, well, dang, we going back in time. He's already kind of showing hints of like, yeah, he knows about his ability to go forward and backwards in time and all that stuff. He know he gonna die because he told Margaret like, yo, your son kills me or whatever. So maybe he might have the ability to go back and change certain things to where it resets the whole entire timeline. That'd be interesting. Like you said, yeah, I'm down for it, bro. If they decide to do that. If you had came to me and said, should they do it? I mean, like, I don't know how you explain it, but I mean, I think you should keep things the way it is, like it is in the book. But if you have a creative way of doing it, go ahead. I mean, I'm gonna be the first one in the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? I got to. My wife, that's one of her favorite franchises, so I'm gonna be in there. You know what I mean? So,
and the thing is, it's very, like I said in one of the previous shows, it's very George Lucas, Dave Filoni-esque. It's like I created this world. If you can expand on it and make it better, and I trust you because so far you're exploring the lore of Dury and what that means, then yeah, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna collect these checks. And that's exactly what he's doing. Stephen King gonna sit back and collect those checks that Andy's cashing for him.
Boy, Stephen King gotta be the richest guy on the planet, bro. He got movies and shows out based off of his novels. It's crazy. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and turn the page, man. Let's get into a few of these questions and these comments, man. We can call it a show. All right, man. Let's see what we got in here. We got Darling just says hi. What's up, Darling? Then we got Black Noir in the building. He says, that's a worldwide stat. He talking about the trailer. The trailer numbers or whatever. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Gonna probably be on all social media platforms. And then, of course, he says, salute, guys. Salute to you, man. Salute. Got the goat on your picture right there, man. I like that. All right, man. Listen, we definitely appreciate everybody, man, geeking out with your boys, man, for another episode. We will be back here on Tuesday evening, y'all. So y'all can join us here for more content. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. I appreciate the couple subscribers we just got today, man. Appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Also hit them likes for us, man. We're gonna talk about more here. I think Tuesday, right? No, wait. When does Fallout come out? Wednesdays. So we'll talk about it next Saturday again. So, but yeah. So I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet on Tuesday, y'all. But just join us here, man. We're gonna have these conversations again, man, for Tuesday. Listen. With all that being said, man, it's your boy Rail. Got Big J in the building. Got BA in the building. Cuz will be back here on Tuesday. So we'll catch y'all guys here again soon. Stay geeked. And we out, y'all.